So previously on Shadow of the Dragon Queen, you had invaded Wheelwatch Outpost. You so far had successfully cleared out a lot of the Dragon Army soldiers. And just as you thought you were coming to the end of the fight, from the stable to the south, a draconic type figure, a Dragonel with a dragon army officer mounted on his back, sprang out of the stable and flew 40 feet into the air, which is where we pick up this time with Kelevendros.
I've got a black map.
Just as another brief, so Nordan, you're in the north with squaring off against the Dragon Army soldier. There are 2 Dragon Army soldiers currently still alive in the courtyard. With 40 feet in the air. In fact, I'm going to move him into the field a little bit. So there's a Dragon Army officer with a Dragonel on top. Kelevendros, what do you want to do?
I am currently black screen, mate.
Okie dokie, I can do that. Sort that for you.
Yeah.
There you go.
Apparently, I didn't actually connect to the server. I was just sat there with the standard map tools thing before you load on the server, which doesn't help anything. Okay, so first up, where's it gone? Just check I'm going to do this right. So he's going to grab a hold of his holy symbol and to equip player to Paladin to regain one of his second level spells, which uses channel divinity. So that's done. I've got it.
Okay. Bonus action.
As a bonus action, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just pop that back on. So then he is. Oh, the situation isn't as bad as I thought it was. Okay, so he's going to make an attack against the space. Hang on, click on the map tools. Each of these guys. So he's going to 1, 2, I think.
Sure.
We'll see how we pan out.
Okie dokie.
So the first attack is 12 to hit, which I'm assuming misses.
No, misses.
Okay, so I'm going to attack the same guy again then.
Okay. Is this left or right?
On the left. And that's the 10 to hit, which is miss. So we're carrying on the we're carrying on what happened last session, where I can't hit anything for Toffee until it's time until they incur an attack of opportunity.
Yeah. You're concentrating on something. Can you remember what it was?
Yes, it's Shield of Faith.
Shield of Faith, right. Okay. That takes us to Dragon Army Soldier number 1. He is going to take a simple attack against Kelevendros. Oh no! Oh, I didn't check that. Hold on. My extension's not working. That's not something you want to admit. Extensions.
I never needed an extension. It was.
Did you not, mate? First attack is 15 to hit Kelevendros.
Miss.
Second attack is a critical hit, 24 to hit Kelevendros.
Okay, you definitely roll that.
Nice one, Mark.
Yes, Mark.
Well done, Mark.
I'm stood 15. Next to him. I'm not having that. It's missed again.
Yeah, well done, Mark. Which takes us to the Dragon Army officer on the back of the Dragonel, who, you'd barely see this happening. You feel more than see heavy crossbow bolts rain down from the location of the Dragonel. What I am going to do is I'm going to give the Dragon Army officer an intelligence roll just to see if you can weigh up what's happening on a perception roll. So he rolls 15 for perception, which is quite reasonable actually, and he can see that as he's flying high, the two, in terms of threats, you can see that everyone here has a combatant, and there's the Kender to the side, and he's going to take 2 shots with his crossbow at the Kender.
Was Leggit not stealth, if you like? Had he not?
No,
stealth
not
check?
anymore.
No. Okay. Just trying to say,
No, I attacked in turn. Yeah, cheers, mate.
The first shot, officer makes 2 vicious lance attack. Okay, I believe it's only 1 heavy crossbow attack. He rolls an 11 to hit. Leggit.
That misses.
It does. However, he is going to assault orders. He's going to use his recharge ability. 2 other creatures within 60 feet of himself. And that's a point. Okay, I'll remember that in a minute. He's going to order these 2 lads to make an immediate strike against Arthas and Kelevendros. Let me just double check that. Assault orders, recharge. And targets up to 2 other creatures within 60 feet of itself. If the target has the Draconic, yes, it does. So the first soldier is going to attack Arthas. Now that this Dragonel has appeared, you can see in the eyes of these, all of them, the soldiers, the officers. There's a zeal, there's a fire behind their eyes as they believe that they are going to conquer the world now that there's this draconic form, and they have a special draconic devotion ability that if they can see a dragon that isn't hostile to them, they get advantage on attack rolls. So let me just
because why wouldn't it be harder for us?
It's not, is it actually a dragon though?
Yes,
it's a dragon. I wouldn't say that was a dragon. I'd say it was more of a wyvern.
Its type is dragon, same as a wyvern's type is dragon, Mark.
Ah, right. So that's fair enough. It's worth a try at it.
Yeah, it is worth a try.
You don't ask, you don't get.
Let me see if it's and use its reaction to make 1. Yeah. So it's just 1 attack. So against Arthas, 13.
No, nowhere near.
So you know what's going to happen now, though, Dave, don't you?
Yeah. So it's a normal attack. Rolls an 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so that. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, he triggers my attack. He attacks my reaction for attack because he's attacked Arthas. I can react and attack him.
Go for it.
And dirty 20.
And typically, you hit.
Yeah. I've had some use out of this feature, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you know when you mentioned about your feats, Tom, and you said you're going to take it, I was thinking, I don't know how useful that's going to be. But actually, retrospectively, even if you ignore this combat, you 2 tend to stand next to each other and form a battle line. So actually, it's really useful.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, you're a team.
Has
He
been.
takes 13 points of damage.
How would you like to kill that soldier?
Straight through the middle, mate. Yeah, waist to waist into 2.
Okay.
Like a bit of cleave action.
Hey, I'm just looking to see where the feat is that lets me get spell slots back.
Channel Divinity. It's not a feat. It's a class trait. So it'll be higher up. So what's gonna happen now from this door here is the door flies open. The smell from inside, you can smell cooking and fresh. A fresh cooking smell coming from inside, and there's a Dragon Army soldier appears and starts running as he's attaching the rest of his armor. And he sort of, as he appears from the door, he says, "I was just finishing the stew. I thought it was a drill. Oh shit, it's not a drill!" And he charges forwards. It has nothing to do with the Dungeon Master forgetting to add him to the initiative last time. This, by the way.
Definitely not a drill, but it could be a drill.
Feel your pain, mate. Feel your pain.
Or an all. There's a possibility of all. I don't like them. You can stab yourself.
He's going to stand there and he's going to throw a javelin at Kelevendros. Uses two javelins at Kelevendros, and he's going to throw 2. First one is a 9.
Miss.
Second one's 11.
Miss.
Well, I'm not picking the initiative order at all.
You are. Yeah,
Yes.
you're after the Dragonel. So it's now the Dragonel's turn, and you can see the officer on clearly steering him. He's now going to fly 40 feet down and 20 feet across as he swoops and glides down, and he's going to make, if I can find his stat block, 2 attacks against Leggit. Are you still there, Mr. Johnson?
I'm still here.
Okay, dude. First attack is 20 to hit you, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Mate.
That is a total of 20 points of damage.
Well dead.
Yeah.
So as it flies past, you can see its claws and everything about this thing. It's flesh and bone and steel and fire. And as it swoops round, it claws Leggit across the chest, and fire and blood erupt from the wound as Leggit falls prone to the floor.
Look, should be me next. I'll get him.
It is, but I'm going to finish the Dragonel's turn as it flies, because it does have another attack. So it's going to bang. It's flown 20 so far. Let me just figure out. It's got 40 left.
It's going to kill me, so that's 2 of us down.
Yeah, it's going to fly to there, so that's 30. It's going to make its second rend attack against Arthas. And it rolls a 9 to hit you.
It's missed.
And then it's going to fly 20 feet back into the air.
How high is it, Dave?
20 feet now.
So it's only 20 feet high.
Yeah. I'm going to give it 10. Yeah. 20, 20 feet. 20 feet. Okay, so that is its turn. Arthas,
I don't want to be that guy that's going to argue the toss with you, but how far can it fly overall?
60.
Okay.
Everything I need to do is a
I
bonus.
thought you said it could fly 40, and that was where I was like, hang on a minute, how's it also gone up 20? Do you know where I'm coming from?
No,
That's
mate. It's one of those situations where you need to remind me of shit as well, because, yeah. So,
I'm well aware that once flying comes into it, you're in a whole new realm of awkward and hard and trigonometry.
No. Yeah, don't worry. Which I'm no good at, so that's why we make it up.
That's fine.
So next, Mark, Arthas, you have the frightened condition on you still, and you have that's your spiritual sword. By the way, I made you a new sword.
Oh, thank you.
I
I appear to have all my spell slots, and that's not true.
That's because we were mucking about with as I was showing you how to do your
I actually had none, didn't I?
No, you didn't. You'd used all of your second, and you'd used 1 first.
Right.
So you've got 3 first level spells still available to you.
Okay, righty-ho. Right then, if it is my go, so with my bonus action, I'm going to throw a healing word at Leggit.
Okay.
It'll have to be level 1 for 5.
Okay.
Which means, Leggit, you get to make a weapon attack against a creature you can see as a reaction.
Oh, lovely. Well, in that case, he's going to take a swipe at the Dragonel because he's thoroughly pissed off about it.
Sure.
It's each.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me just heal myself for 5. And it will be a I'm not going to move towards him because I'm not that silly.
He's 20 feet in the air, mate.
So I
Sling or
can
throw.
sling him.
Yep.
Yeah, it'll be a. No, it's firebolt the bullet.
You can't, mate. You haven't.
Oh no.
Yeah. This is a weapon attack specifically.
Oh yes, he did say weapon attack as well.
Yeah. Oh.
No.
Then.
I rolled a
yeah.
20 first time.
20 was for the firebolt. Yeah,
Yeah.
10 for the.
Okay, so the sling bullet just flies straight by. What I am going to do, I'm going to give them both a perception check. So Dragonel, what should we say? Okay, right. So as the bullet swings past, it whizzes past the Dragonel. It's clear, the Dragonel's clearly heard it fly past. As far as you're aware, the officer doesn't think. You don't think the officer's heard the bullet fly past. So that was Arthas's bonus action.
For my normal action, I'll cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
For 9.
Okay.
So that gives me not many spell slots, but it's something.
That takes us to Nordan. Or unless you want to move, because you are actually out of danger area, Mark.
I'll just have a quick look. I'm just going to put myself. I healed for 9, didn't I? Is that what I said?
Yes, mate. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So let's put that on. Right. Map tools. Where am I? Where is everyone?
So Nordan's exposed here with one combatant. Leggit has just leapt up off the ground. Kelevendros is right next to you, and your spiritual hammers there, spiritual weapons there.
Yeah, I like the sword. I do like that. I can't do anything else. Oh no, move. I can't move much without getting opportunities. No, I'll stay where I am.
Okay. Okay, sure. Nordan's turn.
Ooh. Can I do a perception check on the officer to see how he's in that saddle? So what I mean is, like, is he strapped into the saddle? Is he literally just sitting on a saddle like you would a horse? Do you know where I'm coming from?
I do.
Like, is he strapped in? Like, is he tied his legs in so he doesn't fall out? You know, things like that.
Okay. Roll perception then.
That's 14.
Okay. Yeah, there seems to be. So he is strapped in. 14. It's not your common all garden. I'm on a horse. Off we go galloping through the glens. It's a little bit more complicated than that, and it looks, from your vantage point and what you've seen, as if he is strapped in. Yes.
Okay, so it wouldn't be easy to get him out of the saddle.
Unsure, but you can definitely see more than just stirrups. You can see straps attached to the stirrups.
Okay.
Dragon saddles are very specific, aren't they? With all sorts of gibberish going down. I'm going to go and cannonade the cocklebed until it's my go. I shall be back.
And off we go for this. This week we haven't got any viewer entries this week, I'm afraid.
Dave, your internet's a bit spotty, mate. You keep freezing.
Oh.
You freeze for about 3 or 4 seconds, and then it catches up with you.
Oh, okay. Hopefully it'll catch up with itself.
Generally speaking, you're fine, and then you just occasionally you'll start saying something, it'll freeze, and then we'll have like a fast forward version as it catches up.
I know what you mean.
It's only happened twice.
Right. Well, let's do the mark game now then. So, Tom.
I'll go with Jerboa.
Jerboa, Andy.
I'm going to keep it simple. Release.
Release.
Yeah.
Sam.
I'm going to change track. I'm going to go with skin.
Skin.
To skin something.
Okay, so the Mark game is Mark will say a noun and a noun and an adjective, or an adjective and a noun. If anyone guesses it right, the party gets a free magic item. Comment. So, what was Nordan doing?
I ain't got a clue. Okay. Okay, I'm going to try and cast Gust on your man in front of me.
Okay. So he's got to make a strength save.
14.
Save DC 14. Dragon Army soldiers. Is it got to be strength? Can he use athletic?
It says strength.
Okay. Oh yeah, because that is a save, isn't it? Not a skill. He rolls 4. So he's pushed back.
5 feet away, yeah.
Okay, straight back, yeah.
You can move now. Get the fuck out of there.
I'm going to go in this door and lock it.
Well, yeah. He's going to. 5, 10. Huff it that way, I think.
Okay.
In fact, does going near that trigger the effect? Or is that stopped now?
Am I still afraid of that, even though it's dead?
Yes, because it was still screaming. Let me just get Sivak back up. Where are you, Sivak? There. Right. So, death throws. The image lasts for 1 minute. Each creature hostile to the Draconian within 10 feet of the image. Yeah, so you've got to stay away from 10 feet away from it.
I have got to stay from it. Okay. I will change that. Because obviously I would see that it was still screaming.
Yeah.
So I think then I'm gonna huff it this way, I think.
Okay.
Little rabbit taking a boot.
Mark, you can make a wisdom saving throw to try and end the effects. So that would have been at the end of your turn.
I shall give it a go. There we go. No, probably not.
Yep, that's exactly what you need. You are no longer frightened.
Rolling that, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. Let me have a look. Yeah, decent. Yeah. Okay, so that's Nordan's turn finished?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is Leggit's proper turn now.
I potion of healing, or greater potion of healing.
Yeah.
That's 4d4 plus 4 hit.
So that's your action.
I thought that was my bonus action.
No, drinking a potion's an action.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. Bonus action, I am...
What's up, Tom?
What I can do.
Just fucking run up, get inside. All of you, like, milling about, get inside it. Go on it. If you get inside, then sort yourselves out. I'll stand and be a target for it. I've got the hit points. Just get
But it's
inside
a
and get
fucking
yourself
wooden
sorted.
roof on the prison. I was going to go for the tower, but then I'd have to roll against getting frightened. So
We don't know if it can breathe fire because it's not a dragon.
it's a fucking dragon.
I'm going to have some movement. Just stand inside just to get a little bit of shelter, but still look out so I can kind of funnel, if anything's coming at me, I can kind of bottleneck it.
It's coming at me like a yellow cable.
Is that possible?
Done. Yeah. Sorry, mate, you broke up there for me a little bit.
He wants to look inside those doors, Dave.
Oh yeah, sure. It's not locked. The doors are open to you. I forgot there were other rooms, so I wasn't prepared. So in here it's a storage room. Barrels containing food, water, other supplies. This is the store in case of siege. But a brief look is not going to reveal anything. You'd have to spend some time in there if you wanted to actually have a proper look around.
Yeah, we only need to hold them off for a minute, or slightly less than a minute now.
No, much longer.
Oh no, it was 5 minutes, wasn't it?
It was 5 minutes, yeah, and it's 10 rounds per minute, so it was 50 rounds, and we are like round 5 or 6. We're
round 6. Yeah.
That.
Is that term for you, Andy?
Can I bonus action hide?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah.
Shadows and everything. Boxes, crates, hamsters.
A lot.
Roll your stealth.
Gears like the dirty.
You're freezing for me tonight, gentlemen.
All of us.
Yeah,
I've
so
got
that
no
means
issue
it's
with anybody else.
Means it's you.
Yeah, so it means it's me. Yeah. I've changed my internet. I've had a mesh or something. It's called.
Will he come back though? Is the question.
Yeah, he's coming back.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Dave, your computer's not downloading anything, is it?
No, I've changed my internet setup. I've got like a mesh type thing where I've got these 3 jobbers set up around the house, and I don't know. Are we going to say it was a bad idea for me to do?
It depends. They're for covering your dead spots, aren't they?
Yeah,
Put one in.
Yeah. Well, I put it in because my original setup had my cable from the phone line to my router to go across the open fire we've got in the front room. So we've not been able to use the open fire in the front room, but the children are almost old enough that we're going to be able to use the fire in the front room. So.
Yeah, you only have to tell them not to put their hands in the fire once because they'll do it, realise that it's pants, and they won't do it again.
I don't want them to do it in the first place. I don't want scarred children alive to know that it was.
When I used to have a coal fire, Jackson, when he was little, said to me, "Is that a real fire, Dad?" And I went, "Put your hand in it and find out." And he looked at me, and he looked at his hand, and he looked at me and went, "Nah, I'm okay."
Granddad used to say it though as well. If you want,
you'll only have a question at once.
You'll only do it once.
Right. So hopefully.
I mean, it's not horrendous, Dave. It's just intermittent every now and then.
I know it's annoying though, isn't it? I don't like annoying things. See, you're frozen again. You're frozen again now.
No,
yeah.
you're back.
You're back.
Yeah,
You're back.
I've just moved my little dongle thing. I'll ignore it for now, and then I'll try and sort it later. So, Andy, stealth roll of 28. Yeah, standard. That takes us to the last Dragon Army soldier. Which one's that? That was the one that was guarding Nordan. He's probably just going to run straight at you, mate, to be honest with you. He knows you're a threat, so he's coming at Nordan. He's now rolling with advantage to hit Nordan twice. First attack is a crit.
Oh.
24, which is 16 points of damage in total.
Okay.
I don't need to break it down for you, do I? Because it's slashing and fire.
No.
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 Okay. Second attack with advantage is 23 to hit you. For a total of 11 points of damage.
Big.
Hang on, why did you get advantage?
Because there's a dragon.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Battle tactics, yeah.
So what was the damage? Sorry, Dave.
11 was the second one.
Nordan falls.
There's actually cast when you need them.
Oh, you're down?
Yeah, dude, I only have 30 hit points, and I'd already took a little bit of damage. Those 2 hits was more than enough.
Okay.
That was why I did what I did. Push him back and just try and get away.
Oh, no, that was the wrong one. Kelevendros.
Ooh. Okay, so I can I attack, move, attack? Is that legal?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna take a swipe at Boyo on the diagonal.
Okay.
Happens.
25 hits.
No, 25 to hit, yeah.
Yeah.
I can re-roll both those ones because there's 2 natural ones on the D6.
You don't need to if this is a once in a round thing. Or is it every time you hit?
That's actually a really good question and not something kind of off the top of my head. You can re-roll a 1 or a 2 on damage dice with melee weapons wielded in 2 hands. It doesn't say anything about.
Yeah, you can do it every go, so you may as well. Well, it's dead anyway, I suspect.
Let's say it doesn't matter, does it?
No.
So 11.
You're down. Cleave him in the face.
So quick decapitation.
Yeah.
Then to there, and he's going to take the second one. Hopefully, if I hit him.
Not enough.
Yeah.
My underpants are filling up.
No one wants to start your underpants now, Nick.
What your corduroys can hold, even with bicycle clips.
Right. I'm trying to fix my internet at the same time. This is a bad idea. I should just leave it.
Could do a second level healing word. Rather try and get. Yeah, so I'm going to call it there.
Yeah, is that turn?
I say at the minute, there's almost no
turn,
point
mate.
getting me up at this moment.
Yeah.
With him right next to me.
I know what you're saying.
Okay, done then. Oh, that's worse than ever, isn't it?
Yes, mate, yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you can leave me for at least 2 rounds, can't you?
Yeah.
Because even if I fuck up my first death save, then you've got to get me up then, aren't you?
I can get you up as a bonus action.
Yeah, I can too, but I've only got a second level slot, and if I'm going to use that, I'd rather get him with cure wounds than.
Yeah, I know what you mean. No, it's good.
But there's no point getting me up until
we can kill
that soldier.
That
You know what I mean? If you can kill him first, because we've got time to get me up, you're better off trying to kill him first, then get me up.
Yeah.
Just a meta.
Yeah. So it's let's have the turn of the Dragon Army officer. First thing he's going to do is to see if he can recharge his assault orders. Roll a d6.
Can we kick him in the nuts?
It's a 5, so he can recharge his assault orders. So he's going to order this lad and that lad to attack. Let me just double check. To make 1 melee attack. In fact, no. He's only got 1 melee lad available, which is this one. That lad's not in melee, so it's going to be 1 attack with advantage against Kelevendros. 18.
It's just.
That is 9 points, 6 slashing, 3 fire.
Okay. And then I need to make a concentration saving throw on Shield of Faith.
Yep.
It's a 10. What's I've never had to roll. What's it against? Do you know, Dave?
It's I think it's 10 or half the damage, whichever is higher. So you've passed.
Yeah,
I believe. Yeah. Right, then he's got his crossbow attack, which he's going to make against the nearest target, which is Arthas. Has he seen? So he's seen Nordan. Say again, Mark. Sorry.
I'm asking politely to suck my balls.
Dave, that was correct with the concentration check, mate.
Yeah,
I just quickly checked.
Thanks, dude. Shall I change his name to Mr. Garrison? Right, so heavy crossbow draconic decode has advantage on attack rolls. So heavy crossbow with advantage 19 to hit Arthas.
Yeah, is it me?
That is 11 points of damage. Oh, wait a minute. It's not, because it's 5 fire and 6 piercing.
So that's I've reduced the piercing by 3 and take the rest.
So 8 in total.
8 in total.
Okay.
I'm gonna do this.
That's his turn. Dragon Army Soldier. That he is now. His superior is going to order him into melee range combat, so he's going to charge at Arthas. 2 attacks with advantage against Arthas.
Oh, that's it. I'm done.
11.
Nope.
14. That misses as well. Oh.
That'd have been a hit. Would have been the end of me.
Well, it's the Dragonel's turn.
God.
It's going to have to be Mark.
I'd have loved to have had more than one go, lads. I'm sorry.
Right. 10 feet into range here. That's going to be... The Dragonel doesn't roll with advantage because he can't give himself advantage. That's 2 attacks with his rend. First one rolls a 7.
Nope.
Second one rolls an 11.
Nope.
It's like fucking water off a duck's back.
Oh my god, this is tense. This is like camping. That's how intense it is.
Nice. He's now...
They're quite intense as well.
He's now going to fly 20 feet into the air, kind of in this direction. Mark, Arthas' turn.
Right. Oh god. Oh no, I don't know. I'll bolster myself, giving myself as a bonus action. Is it 3 hit points? In fact, oh no, sod it. I'm not. I don't know. Or do I?
Do you still have second wind, Mark?
I've got action surge actually. I've already used my second wind.
Yeah.
Let me think. Right, hang on. Action. Right, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
Level 1. That's all my spell slots now. Oh, where's it gone? Bloody thing. Right. Come on. Nice 10. Then I'm going to blow an action surge. Oh no, I've just healed. Might take 5 off that. Hang on, be a twib. Right, so I've got another action and a bonus action. Let me just think. This is tricky. This is really tricky. Right. Where's Kelly's there? Right, I'm going to charge at the dragon officer, Dave.
Okay, that's an opportunity attack from the lad that was next to you.
Oh, I forgot about him. Never mind. I'll have to take it.
Okay.
He's at advantage as well, isn't he? Everyone is. This is gonna, if this kills me now, I'll be
14.
so
You jammy mother.
No, he's missed. And I'm going to use my bonus action to move me. So I think my sword's on. Where's my sword on, Dave? Oh, there it is. It's right next to him. So I'm going to attack the officer. I'm going to put one of my helmets into it.
Seems reasonable.
You've got to put your helmet in things. That's what they told me. So, what have I just used? I've just used action surge, so let me near the top. Where's it gone? Why is it not under traits? Just action surge, right? So I'll take that off. Sorry. So attack with longsword with the thingy that gives me advantage.
Size strike. Yeah.
Yeah. So here we go. Longsword with advantage. $17.
17 is exactly what you need to hit.
Right, so that's damage 7, and then what do I add to it from me? Saying what features and trades. It's classic bit near the top. No, it isn't. Oh, I'm sorry, folks. Here we are, precise strike, and I add. Oh, it's just a D8, but still, it's a D8 in it. Go on then, roll. Another 4.
It's not quite enough.
Oh.
So that's 11 damage.
However, spiritual hammer.
Come on, Mark.
Come on, Mark.
How do I roll for the spiritual hammer again?
It should have its own damage profile.
Ah, that's even better. Right.
The hit and damage it should have.
Yeah. There we go. Spiritual weapon. Hit. It's missed again.
Missed again, right.
Oh,
is that 10?
Yep.
Yeah. Death saving throw, please, Sam.
It's just a straight D20, isn't it?
It is.
Come on.
Oh, 7.
One fail.
It teased me with a 17. And then just
Famous.
went, nah.
Johnson, Leggett's turn. You are currently stealthed. No one can see you. You'll be attacking with advantage.
Yeah. So we've got this Dragon Army soldier that's on his last legs.
Collapse some catacombs really quickly.
This chap's on full health, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the Dragon Officer and the Dragon Elf both on full health.
Yeah. That was collapse some catacombs, by the way, in case anyone got that.
Yeah, way off the mark.
Yeah.
Way off the
I
mark.
appreciate the illustration.
See, some days he goes quite simplistic, and then other days he just goes way off the fucking handle. You can know what mark you're going to get. Right, let's just finish this guy off then. I think.
The one that's already been hit, yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to peek out the door, and then he's going to take a shot at.
Sure. Okay, so you get to roll with advantage.
That'll be a 25.
25 hits, roll your damage, and you do get your sneak attack added on.
Oh, he did.
7. Attack. Where's my sneak attack then?
To be honest, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I was about to say, that just killed him anyway.
Yeah.
Have you just done for him, Andy?
Yeah.
Just what?
He's looking dead. Yeah, he's looking dead on my man. That's what we like to see.
Yeah, how does he die?
He's looking a bit sort of bewildered anyway from, well, not bewildered, a bit battered from from Arthas' attack. Anyway, he's kind of on his last legs. And I didn't even chuck my stone really that hard. It was just enough just to chuck him in the top of the head and just knock him over sideways. He's just gone slip of the board, dead.
Nice.
Like trying to skip stones.
Yeah, pretty much.
Off his face.
So bonus action and movement.
Bonus action, hide again.
Duck behind
Yeah,
the
go
corner
for it.
like a bastard. That's
Roll
right.
it. Okay, how we're looking so far, it could be a lot worse. Let's face it.
Could be a lot. Could have been horribly
20.
bad by now.
At 20. Kelevendros, round 8.
So, Kelevendros is going to move 5 feet, stand next to Nordan.
Yeah.
He's going to cast Cure Wounds at level 2.
Okay.
So, prayer to Paladin to heal my friend for 14 hit points.
Standing the dead body makes any next to me.
Ah,
Still
mate.
next to you, if you
So then
can.
I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, and I'm going to stop this guy, from going anywhere. And I'm going to turn around and say, "Get inside," and that'll be my turn.
Okay. Which takes us to the Dragon Army officer. He is going to try and recover. He rolls a 3, so he doesn't recover his assault orders feature. He's going to take 1 crossbow bolt shot at
Wait. Come on, bring it.
the freshly revived Nordan.
Oh.
22. That's 13 points of damage.
Are you down again?
That's his turn. Dragon Army Soldier next.
He's just lying there going, "Fucking hell, boys."
Would he not have disadvantage on that attack though? Because he's
Are you shooting me?
Prone. Yeah, he's shooting somebody. So range attack into prone.
Ranged attack into prone. Okay. He was
Or
rolling with a.
Or am I thinking about Pathfinder here? Because that's definitely a thing I can be accused of.
Well, he hold up. No, I'm gonna let it stand because no, it is 5e. However, that's from standing. If you're on the same plane, this guy's 20 feet in the air. The fact that you're lying on the floor probably means that you're easier to hit.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
So the Dragon Army soldier next to Kelevendros, who you've stood in the way of, he's got 2 attacks against Kelevendros, both with advantage.
Oh, God.
Okay.
First attack is 12.
Miss.
Second attack is 7. However, it is
smiling upon us.
The Dragonel's turn. He's going to swoop 20 feet down, and he is going to 2 attacks against Kelevendros. First attack is a 19.
Hits.
That's 9 slashing, 2 fire, total of 11.
Okay.
How are you looking, Tom? Not
Second
good.
attack, 21.
Hits.
Oh.
10 slashing, 6 fire.
And Kelevendros falls.
Oh dear.
No.
Right, so that's your concentration gone.
Yeah, I've said it doesn't matter now anyway. I was going to say I need to roll a con save, but it doesn't matter.
I can't see how we can possibly win this. It's not possible.
Said the defeatist.
I'll give it a try. Yeah, I'm still going to try. Obviously.
It's Arthas' turn.
That Dragonel can kill any of us in 1 hit, and it doesn't miss. I'll move in.
Yeah.
Action. Bonus action. I'll get a 2nd level spell slot back. How do I do that again?
It's okay, mate. You can, yeah. And then what are you doing with the spell slot?
I'm going to cast 2nd level Cure Wounds on Kelevendros.
Okay. Roll it.
Right.
So what I'll do, Mark, were you interposing yourself? Because you two were kind of on the same square, which obviously you can't do.
Hang on, I'll just cast the damage and I'll cast the damage. Roll the damage and I'll have a look at the map again, make sure I'm not being a bell end, which I probably am.
That's hit points.
Take it.
So that's my action and my bonus action. So for movement, I'll be there.
Yeah,
Okay?
That's fine. That makes perfect sense.
Right.
Nordan.
How much movement is it going to cost me to stand up?
Oh,
Okay, that's fine. So he's going to stand up.
Yeah.
Looking like dog shit.
Yeah.
And then what would be the range for me to hit the Dragon Army officer on the back of the Dragonel?
Dragon Army officer, you're going to struggle. He is on
What's
top of this
range.
The range.
Yeah.
He's only about maximum of about 30 feet, probably 20 to 30 feet away from you.
Okay, because I was going to use Ice Knife on him, you see.
Okay.
Am I going to struggle to hit him because of...
Yeah. Well, to hit him is going to be really difficult because he's on the back of this Dragonel, which is weaving in and out. He can see everything that's happening, and there's all of this iron steel plate in between you and the Dragonel. So to hit him specifically, I was going to ask you to roll with disadvantage to hit him, and he has cover from the Dragonel.
Okay.
The Dragonel, however, is relatively easy to hit. An Ice Knife would explode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And did we have a description of the Dragonel before? Did someone do a knowledge check in the last session about the Dragonel?
You had a sort of a nature check. Yeah. I can't remember how. Let me scroll. Why? What you wanted to know?
Well, there's a couple of ways I'm thinking of doing it. Is either A, I attack and then run away and hide because I'm on my last legs, or
we're all out of everything now, I think.
Do I do something? Try and do something a bit more clever. This I think it'll work though. Like levitate and try and levitate him out of the saddle.
It'll be tied in.
He does appear strapped. In terms of nature, you've got Nordan got 19, Kelevendros got 14, Leggit got 20, Arthas got 1. That was with disadvantage because you were frightened. Did you want to know anything specifically?
I think because I could be misremembering, but I want to say you said they're not very intelligent Dragonels.
Not very intelligent at all. No, this is a beast.
That's what I was sort of thinking. Is if we were to remove the Dragon Army officer from the Dragonel, would the Dragonel then cease attacking us?
You with the rolls that you had with your nature check, you can basically envisage that this is a well-trained war machine, similar to a war horse. So even without a rider, if it had got combatants in front of it, it's got the smell of blood in its nostrils, and it's going to go at it.
It's going to crack on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's sort of that was sort of why I did the perception check as well. I was trying to think, is it worth my time and horsing it, to use the term, and then we remove the Dragonel, but obviously not. So what I'll do then is at second level, I will throw a Ice Knife at the Dragonel.
Okay, roll to hit. Come
21
on, Sam.
to hit.
Nice. Hits. Roll.
So 1 point of damage from the actual hit.
Okay.
And then they both must do a dex save throw.
Yep. Dragonel rolls 10. Officer gets a. I'm not going to give him advantage because he's got he gets +4 anyway. He rolls 17, so he passes. I guess.
Yeah,
Well, what is your DC?
Because he's strapped in.
It's a 16. Well, I was going to argue for something about being strapped in as well, but if you're removing his advantage,
Yeah.
so it's a 16, dex of 16.
Pass then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Dragonlance takes it.
Yeah. So that's 7 points of damage.
Okay. And you hear this bestial scream coming from the Dragonel as the ice cascades, and you can see now that in its maw and on its claws, this sort of flicker of fire over the top, and as the ice explodes over it, and it sort of flicks its claws as the fire ignites again. It's not that the cold has done extra damage to him, but
yeah.
Movement.
And then I'm gonna 5
in
10,
there. That's
15,
the one.
Run to the back of the room like that I
There's
am.
nothing cowardly about it.
No, mate.
Seems reasonable. Leggit's turn.
Pop
Right,
out, cane him. Fuck off again.
That's the idea, Mark. Would I know if the Dragonel was immune to sleep?
Yeah, no, it's a creature. The only thing that would possibly be immune to sleep would be elves or undeady type creatures. This is a beast. However, it is a very powerful beast. You'd have to roll incredibly well at a higher level to put this thing to sleep.
Okay, we'll leave that then for now. Let's try and finish off this one last dragon army soldier.
Okay.
So again, rinse and repeat, sort of peek out, my hiding position, slingshot throw at this chap.
Okay. Roll to hit with advantage. Rolling from stealth position. $24 hits. So that's your damage on sneak attack.
4 points, and then few d6.
Oh.
13.
13.
Okay.
Right.
Yep. And then back in your corner.
Give me corner.
Get back in your box. A stealth roll from you. That's Kelevendros.
Okay.
I'm not a window cleaner.
Finish me tea.
Oh.
Okay, so with the attacks in a round, Dave, can I make one weapon attack and one cantrip, or does it have to be 2 weapon attacks?
It has to be weapon attacked. Yeah, because it's the attack action with a capital A, and then
Yeah, because with Eldritch Blast and stuff, you end up getting 2 beams and stuff, don't you? At the same appropriate levels. So, okay. So, sensing the greater threat to the party, Kelevendros is going to kind of put one hand on his holy symbol, and he's going to cast Sacred Flame on the Dragonel.
Okay.
So it's a deck save, please, mate.
It's shot. Dragon Army Dragonel. 8.
That is a fail. So it takes full damage.
Yep.
Takes 13 points of
Radiant.
Radiant. That's what I was going to say. Divine, but divine's not the phrase I'm looking for.
Okay. So that's your action.
He's not going to move and he's
Yeah.
got his attack and his bonus. So I'm just gonna stand there like a fool.
Okay. Which takes us to the Dragon Army officer. He's going to try and recover his. He rolls a 1, so he doesn't recover his feature. He's going to take a. He's got 2 targets. Are you both looking pretty ropey?
I'm looking less ropey, not by much.
I think we're all looking ropey, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because the Dragon Army officer, he's kind of figured out what's going on. Yeah, he's going to take a shot at Arthas. A 7.
That bounces off my shield.
Okay, that's his turn. That takes us to the Dragon Army soldier in front of Kelevendros, who's going to stick to the attacks. No, he... right, no, I'm going to give him a D4 roll, just to make it relatively...
I think we should run away and invoke an opportunity attack from both of us. That's what I'd do if I was him.
So he's going to attack Arthas.
I literally asked for that.
17 misses you?
Yep.
17.
Misses me.
They'd have both hit me as well.
What's the lord of
Really?
metrosexuality?
I haven't got a shield of faith anymore, have I? So.
So the dragon now
he uses in his hair.
is going to fit 20 feet, swoop to there, 2 attacks against Arthas.
This is not going to be nice.
Fuck.
9. Second
Oh.
attack.
Oh,
8.
No.
However,
Scrontus
it's going to
shining upon me.
fly above this building. And land on its roof and start digging its claws into the wood ceiling. So for now, what I'm going to do is stick it on there. The officer's on top of him as well. Let me just move the officer so we can keep. And he's used his action, he's used his attacks, but he's just landing, and you can tell his intention now is to rip the wooded roof off Arthas.
Right. Okay. The only thing he's the honor. That's Pratt next to us, isn't there? Okay. Bonus action. I am going to bolster Kelevendros. Let me just find what that does again.
Dave, you thwarted my plans. There's another. So the other part of my sentinel feature, if I hit someone with an opportunity attack, their speed becomes 0 till their next turn.
Right. 1d8 plus 5 temporary hit points, Tom. So here we go. Kratos Grantus. That'll do. So that's 7 plus 5 temporary hit points.
Oh damn, that's 12 temporary hit points. That's over doubled my hit points there, mate.
With my main action, I want to tonk this laddo in the face. I don't like him. But I'm going to slap her hamster food into it, by which I mean that thing that I can do that gives me an advantage. If I've got any left, I'm just check. Yes, I've got some left. So here we go with advantage. Advantage roll. Yes. 26.
26 hits. That was close to a crit, mate.
And to add to that, 8.
Oh, Mark.
Nice.
That was beautiful.
How do you want that one to die?
Yeah! That one's going to be full decapitation. Precise strike. I was going for the little tiny bit between his neck and his pauldrons, and his head's just shot across the room. And I'll give his head a little salute as it flies off.
Movement.
Unfortunately, hang on. Kel, I'll ask Kel, where are you planning to run to on your go? Are you going to move? Because I want to be next to him.
Oh, I don't know, because at this point, like, I'm just going to be throwing. I think I'm just going to be throwing divine flames. So I'm probably going to try and go further away to try and tempt them to come to us. So I'm probably going to head this way somewhere.
Okay, so I'm going to head. May as well head.
Yeah.
If I stop there, Tom, is that
Yeah,
all right with you?
Yes, mate. Yeah.
Right. In that case, I've done bonus action. Yep, done.
Bam. Nordan's turn.
Nordan.
Hearing the giant thing land on the bloody roof, I'm going to fuck this shit. I'm out. Fit over to Tom.
Yeah.
Stand next to me if you can possibly.
I'm going to make my way that way. And I'm going to cast of sickness on the dragon owl.
Okay.
Come on, you crap saving throw, Dave.
No, hang on.
The
I've got to
to
check
hit.
first. So, if I'm right, bear with me on that one.
That should hit the dragon owl. It was only 17 to hit the officer.
Does a 16 hit, Dave?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I will not do anything else then. It's right, because I always forget I've got them magic points that I can use. So
yeah, that's what makes Sorcerer's Kong, mate.
That's 10 points of poison damage.
Okay.
Plus, I need a Constitution saving throw of 16 or higher.
Rolls 5.
He's poisoned for
Hey.
1 round.
Nice. For 1 round.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it does, but I know it's not good.
Neither can I, but I thought it would be worth.
It is. Yeah, poisoned is disadvantage.
A bit different. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice, mate. I like that.
Right, let me get rid of that Dragon Army Soldier. Is that turn for you then, Nordan?
It is, mate, yeah.
Leggit.
Right. I missed that last bit. Is Dragon Owl still on the roof trying to claw his way through? Or is he gone now?
Was then, yeah.
Okay. How's the roof looking, Dave?
It's
yet, so
if he sets at it, which it looks like he's intended to do next turn, it's going to collapse on top of you.
Okay, so I'm just going to move sort of into the doorway, so I can still got eye on the ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to. This probably won't work. I'm going to try and cast Firebolt at the ceiling. Destroy the ceiling to make him fall into the room.
Nice. What I want you to do is roll damage for your Firebolt.
Yeah, you can't miss, can you, when you're just going boom.
Roll damage.
Just roll damage, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes! That's a beast of a Firebolt!
Right. What I'm now going to do, what's your spell save DC?
Where's that?
If you look at your spells, it should be right at the top.
DC.
Modify
13.
spell attack.
13.
Yeah,
I'm going to give them both
yeah.
dexterity save. I'm going to give the... Okay.
That's what happens when you plonk a fat dragon on a little wooden roof.
The Dragonel rolls 9, so I'm going to give the fella a saving throw with disadvantage. He rolls 13. What did I need to roll?
13.
13. Right, he passes. The Dragonel, however, is going to take... Let me just double check.
And he gets damage, falling damage, surely.
It's not. Yeah. No, he doesn't take fire damage. What I want you to do is roll 2d6 for me, please, Mr. Johnson. 4. Roll 1 more d6 for shrapnel.
That was a wicked move.
Yeah.
I would
9.
never have thought to do that.
Oh,
either.
Right, so he's going to take 9 points of damage in total. It's just so you're aware, because he's wreathed in fire and flame. The firebolt wouldn't have done. Well, I mean, you rolled almost 20. You'd have probably rolled this here, but there's wood and timber and other bits of debris and detritus on top of the Dragon Army. Dragonel and the Dragon Army officer. So now I'm trying to reason through what I'm going to have them do on their next turn. But that's, I mean, well, finish Leggit's turn then. So that's you've had 10 feet of movement or 5 feet of movement and an action.
So yeah, you've got bonus action and move like a fucker still to go.
I still have the key, don't I?
Yep.
You do have a key. There's more than one now.
Yeah. I'm going to close the doors and I'm going to lock them in.
Now. This door doesn't have a lock on it.
All right, fuck it then.
Sorry, dude.
I'm just going to close the doors on them, just so.
Okay. Right.
Can he wedge
it
it
kind of
shut?
disguises what.
Dave, would he be able to wedge it closed with anything? It'll just delay them getting through it.
They're just going to come through the roof, though, aren't they?
They are going to go through the roof. They're going to clear all the shit off the top of them and go through the roof. But
so I would ask you leave the doors open and just kind of 5 foot step out the way. Because he's on my level.
Where he's going.
The only thing I was thinking is close the doors and just disguise any sort of movement that we might have if we wanted to sort of hide.
But none of us are going to be able to move.
They go before I think everyone but me.
All right then. I know it's a bit of metagaming, but can I take that action back and just?
Yeah. Because you're talking because you run outside after that amazing round, and it looks like you're shutting the door, and Kel will say, "No, leave it," and it's now Kelevendros' turn.
I could imagine the conversation would be very, very, very stressed.
No,
shut up, we're not.
Straight up to the door, and you take 2 marty swings.
Come on, Tom.
First one.
Yes!
24 to hit.
24 hits the Dragonel.
And he's got, what's that? What's the size of that sword? Wasn't it great?
Great sword, yeah. 10 points of slashing.
Second attack.
Come on, Tom.
Attack number 2. 9.
He said number 2.
Anything else?
That's it, mate. That's all I've got.
Okay. So the Dragon Army officer now, he's going to jump off the back of the dragon and he's going to step into combat. And you've seen these vicious lances. First thing he's going to do, in fact, he's got no use of his assault orders because there's just him left. So he is going to take 2 of these lance swings towards Kelevendros. First attack is 21 to hit.
Oh, he's not stood near me.
Quick question, because it's a lance, does the disadvantage because he's not mounted? Oh no, it's just two hands to wield. Never mind. Ignore me. That hits.
That's 17 points of damage.
17.
Well, that's the temporary one's gone, but still, it's better than your face.
Yeah.
Second attack, 22.
Oh,
That's a hit.
That's 12 points of damage.
And I'm down.
As this Dragon Army officer, and it's just casual now. He's sort of shaking it off. He's sort of swiping the blood of Kelevendros off his sword as he marches towards Nordan, and the Dragonel appears from the door, moves 10 feet, takes to the air, and he's going to The Dragon Army officer is going to point towards Arthas. As the Dragonel, looking beaten and bedraggled, swoops into the air, dives down onto Arthas. He gets 2 attacks with disadvantage because he's poisoned.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nordan. First attack rolls a natural 1. He actually rolled a natural 1 and a 13, so that that misses.
Yeah, it's missed. So like
Second attack rolls an 8 for a 13 to hit you.
No, not at all.
Arthas, your turn.
Right. I can't get Kel back up because I've got no spell slots and no weight. Oh, balls.
You do have a spirit weapon right next to
I do have a spirit weapon. Right, okay. What I'm going to do is this is going to have to be it's one of them. I'm going to take a sweet. Where's my weapon? They've gone.
Have you got any precise strike left?
Yeah, I've got 1. And I've got spiritual PP, which is 1, 2, 3. I don't think you get there.
It can move 20. It can move 20
can't
Mark.
get there. Do I still have to use a bonus action to do that?
What are you doing, mate?
That is in melee of somebody to attack. That officer's there, look.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
I'm
sat over here having a fucking panic attack.
No, it's what's called being a nipple, and I'm good at it. Right, I'll start with bonus action spiritual weapon against the guy that's giving Nordan some stick.
Go for it, yeah.
If it misses this time, I'm going to call it a bellend to its face.
Well, this guy's got splint armor and a shield. He's a lot more.
He's going to need like 20, isn't he?
Yeah. Does he have a lance, like an actual lance?
It's called a vicious lance. It's basically a one-handed weapon that
Right, okay.
does. Yeah.
I like how you said lance, and he's got a shield, and both me and Tom went, "Hang on a minute."
It's the same as what we saw last time with the other officer. Is it
Right. Yeah. Pray for a good one, because
come on, Mark. You can do it.
I'm trying to find it. Where's it gone? Here it is. 21.
21 hits, Mark.
It's second hit ever.
Isn't it first?
No, it hit once the other game.
Okay.
8 damage.
Nice.
Take it, Mark.
Okay. That's started him off.
Right.
He's still looking cocky. He's still looking arrogant.
Right. Can the Dragonel still take a swing at me if I move with it?
Just hit it, Mark. Hit it.
Yeah.
You've got your action, mate. He's right in front of you. Have him.
Right, I'm going to have him. It's going to be my final.
From the grave, Mark, you hear this voice in your head.
Stop being a bellend, Mark. Will you just hit it, will you?
I think like 2 little Kelevendroses, one on each shoulder. One's got an angel halo, one's got devil horns. And then both saying, just fucking have him.
So last one.
Nordan's the one with the devil horns.
With advantage, here we go. No.
Oh, mate.
So there you go.
Nordan, your turn. Your mission, Mark, while you're waiting for your next turn, is read Precise Strike and read Spiritual Weapon to see if you can use your Precise Strike for your Spiritual Weapon in future.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Nordan.
Okay. I believe the dragon's no longer poisoned.
Thanks, dude.
My turn.
Yep.
And Nordan is just gonna. He's fucked. He is hanging in on a rope. So he's gonna put his hand forward, and his eyes are gonna go burning red as the armor of the Dragon Army officer starts to glow with heat, and steam begins to rise as he heats his armor
of a fat fascist.
You've got a second.
I know that's rich coming from me.
So he's going to take 2d8 of fire damage. So that's 10 points of fire damage.
Tell me that armor's got a codpiece, Dave.
And obviously now he has...
Clearly now.
He's got disadvantage on everything. So Nordan is going to be... fuck it. He's going to use a... He's going to use his last 2 sorcery points to cast Gust and try and push him away rather than step away.
Okay, so you're basically turning your cantrip into a bonus action.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's strength save.
My last sorcery points. It is 14, mate. At disadvantage.
7.
Yes. Pushes him back 5 feet.
Yeah.
So
Get next to me if you can.
So now
if
I
it's
can
possible.
move. Oh, that thing's still active, isn't it?
We'll say no. We'll say that's gone now. You've figured out it's Juju, so yeah. Don't worry.
So now I'm going to go hide behind Arthas.
Yeah.
Whilst concentrating on... I think it's a concentration spell.
It is, yeah. Just keep it up. Keep it up, because then he'll cook in his armour. That'll be... As lawful good, I shouldn't say that's amazing, 'cause that's a horrible way. But still, it's pretty amazing.
Okay. Leggit.
Come on, son. Let's have some Kender magic.
Leggett's going to pick up a stone and kiss it. Just like, come on, son. He's going to slingshot the Dragonel.
Sure.
Keep it simple. Anyone to hit?
21 hits. It's within 5 feet of Arthas, so you do get your...
Oh, come on.
Sneak attack. Plus something else.
Thinking Goliath this shit.
Yeah.
15 damage.
That's a lot on sneak attack damage.
How do you want to kill the Dragonel?
Oh, yes!
Oh, God.
We wanted Kender magic. That's exactly what we got.
So, as it's sort of winding up or thinking about his next attack, it kind of hears the from my sling, and it's obviously turned towards me and giving a roar out of frustration. And this stone's hit him right in like the soft palate, and straight through to his brain.
It would, actually go through and into the brain. Quite safe to say.
Yeah. Remember the cave troll from Fellowship?
Yeah.
That kind of thing, and it just goes.
Nice.
They have a cave troll.
Kelevendros, death saving throw, please.
Come on, Tom.
Certainly, sir.
Don't roll a 1.
Oh, he's fucking said it now.
11.
One pass. Dragon
Dave did
Army.
this to my first cleric. He said, "Don't roll a 1," and then it rolled a 1.
Dragon Army officer is still he's not phased at all with his fanatical devotion to Takesis.
Go on, attack Kelevendros.
I don't think he would when he's got a spiritual hammer in his face. He'd probably want to get either me or the person that's setting his balls on fire.
I don't know. Dave looks quite stressed all of a sudden.
I feel like he's rolled a D3 on who he's going to charge, and it's not the one that we want to be charging.
Who's he
Right.
charging?
He's no. Oh, so what I was going to suggest, what I was going to say is no. It'd be he's a thoroughly evil character, and he's going to spend one of his attacks on Kelevendros and try and kill it. But he's not, because he's just seen Leggit take down his ride, and Leggit's within striking distance.
Oh Oh, and he's not in range of me.
And it's going to be two attacks against Leggit.
Oh, God.
At disadvantage.
Remind me.
He's burning up in his armor, dude.
Nice.
Yeah, his nads are on fire.
Okay, so he rolled. Thanks, Sam. He rolled a 20 and a 7, so the 7 misses, and now I'll do a proper disadvantage roll. 10, that misses.
Oh, thank God for the hot testicles.
Okay, you've got a round to take him
you
down.
don't say every day.
Arthas.
Right, bonus action. Move this fucking hammer in 15 feet to there, and it's going to tweb him. Here we go.
That's the fanciest sword I could find on the internet, by the way, Mark.
20.
Spiritual hammer.
8 damage.
Nice.
10 damage.
Chip.
Yeah.
Max
And
damage.
then he's still alive, isn't it? I'm going to just charge at his face. Well, when I say that, I'm going to go there. I've still got one of those left things that let me precise strikes left because I missed with advantage.
Okay.
So I want to use it again.
Sure.
Here we go. Oh, come on. That was a wicked roll before.
So you've had one pass, haven't you, for death saves? Tom?
Yes, mate.
Come on, Mark. Do what I did in Pathfinder.
What? Oh, yeah.
Crit. It really mattered.
Come on, Mark.
Crit!
Yes!
So that's 48 plus 4.
So this is the longsword damage. 16 is maximum. 20 damage from that, and then 2d8.
Oh, the clutch.
Honest, that's 2 games we've played, and this has happened in both games.
He's just got twebbed. That was another 13.
Jesus Christ.
Nice. So 33 total damage. So you batter him about. If I may, he's not dead. You batter him about, and then your spiritual weapon hits him back towards you as Nordan potentially gets to take revenge.
Nordan!
So I'm going to move 30 feet towards Kel, and I'm going to pull out my potion because he's down. So I've got a potion of healing in my hand, and I look back and I go, "Oh yeah!" And the red in his eyes grows deeper. As a bonus action, I do another 2d8 worth of damage. I think it's 2d8. Yes.
Oh, that's just from your rots. Just from
7
tickles again.
Okay, now then, I'm going to be very careful on how I phrase this to you. Tom, congratulations, gentlemen. That's the Wheelwatch Outpost encounter complete.
Oh.
This splint mail would be very handy for your party. How would you want to kill the Dragon Army officer?
It would just be the pure heat of it. Just burning away his endurance and not melting.
Yeah.
Roll Arcana for me.
So, I feel like this is a really important role. I'm going to spend one of my... What's it called? Magic balance points to turn that into a 10 plus 6, so 16.
16. So as you're concentrating on the heat metal, you can control it to the extent that you can craft the splint mail to fit one of your 2 fighter companions perfectly without any other, without needing to go to a smith. Who wants the splint mail?
I was just about to ask that question.
I'm happy for Kel to have it at this stage because he's
What's your base AC there, Mark?
19.
What's yours, Tom?
16.
And what armor have you got?
Chain.
Same as
So
me,
splint mail an actual upgrade anyway?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, do it for Cal. Make it big enough for Cal.
Yeah, I'm happy for that to happen.
Okay, yeah. So he shriek. You hear this inhuman shriek coming from the Dragon Army officer as he boils inside his own armor, which constricts and contorts into the perfect shape of Kelevendros.
We got any healing left, Mark?
I can stabilize him, but I can't bring him back. Bring him round.
Sweet. So I pop the end of my potion out and shove it down Kel's throat.
Yeah. Let's just because we're at the top of the round, just have one more death saving throw, just to see where it would have gone. Because if you roll a natural 20, you can save yourself a healing potion.
Yeah.
No, it's a 3.
So I run in, I pop the core. Shove it down his throat.
Give it 2 try doing it.
So I think what's a
I'm
healing potion?
still
have I got?
calming down. that was properly edge of my seat.
I didn't think we were going to survive
2d.
that.
No, I didn't.
Tom, it's 2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2. It's a 5.
So after the Dragon Army officer has died, a few minutes later, it feels like a lifetime later as you're recovering your wits and your breath. Raven arrives with the rest of the.
Fucking time!
As she arrives, the first thing that she does, they're all ready for action, running in, and the look of just the look of amazement,
and us stood there looking really unhappy.
How many hit points has everybody got?
I have got 15.
So Tom's now up to 5. Mark's got 15. What are you on, Andy?
20.
I'm on 1.
and that's after a 2nd level healing spell as well, because you went down, remember?
Yeah.
God.
So we look like dog shit.
Kel's on his back, he's just going to lie.
I'm going to take a look at his longsword, Dave. Oh, no, it wasn't a longsword, was it? It was that stupid spear thing. Oh.
So I'm going to shove that potion down Kel's throat and then just collapse next to him because I've spent nearly all my magical energy and my hit points are basically gone. He's just done lying on the floor like this. Oh, God.
And Kel's going to reach over and pat him on the back.
Just because I can and I've got one left, I'll bolster you so you get a few temporary hit points, so at least you can get back to camp without falling asleep. That'd be bolstering. What's it say? 1d8 plus 5, which is the d8 anyway. Oh well, 6. You feel a tiny bit better.
I get seeing Raven and the party sort of enter the barracks is kind of a go, oh shit. And he makes a bolt for the room he was in. He's going to leg it to the Leggit. The Legget's going to leg it to the room he was in to loot it before anybody else gets it.
Nice. So that room that you're in now, as you were fighting, you did notice a small case with a symbol of a small circle with flame inside of it, and inside there you see 6 flasks of alchemist's fire. If you wish to add that to your inventory. You would also, from having a look around, this row of swords and weapons that was outside the barracks, and the barracks itself would be worth investigation. We'll get around to that in a second then. So as Raven arrives, just totally awestruck by the dead dragonel that's near to you and on all of the burnt and blackened corpses of the Dragon Army soldiers.
Well, lady, he's the key he's the key to your keep. I'll give her the key. Well, one of the 2 keys that we've got. I think Leggit's got the other one.
The look of awe and shock on all of the Vogler. All of the Vogler regulars. They thought highly of you before, but now they're almost in awe, absolute rapture with what you've accomplished. And there's plenty of pats on the back, and and hearty hurrahs and all the rest of it. There's still
Nordan
the Dragon
takes
Army
all of his
officer.
lying down with his thumb up, like, okay, thanks. He's just done. He's done. What about the Kender and the soldier? What's their condition?
They're dead.
They're dead.
Yeah.
They did bugger all. They turned up, got killed, but at least it wasn't us getting killed. That's the only good thing about it.
But we do have the prisoner officer as well.
Yeah, and there's a prisoner in the jail, which the Kender's got the key for.
We locked him, didn't we?
You did, yeah. He's bagged and gagged and locked in the prison. He also has a very nice set of splint armor, but that's going to take some work from the smithy to actually fit Arthas.
I will ask one of the I know the blacksmith. The blacksmith. I'd ask if anyone would mind modifying it. I hope they'd do it for free, as I'm 3/4 dead.
It'd have to go back to Calaman, to the dwarves at the forges there too.
Aren't we heading back? Well, now
yeah. So now, as the dust has settled, Raven will say that it's perhaps best to rest up for the rest of the day, and then the Vogler regulars will secure Wheelwatch Outpost and hold it for as long as possible. If you want to head back to Calaman and report to Marshal Vendry, then that's no problem. And she also says, and the other thing that we'll do is we'll drag all the arms and armor back as well, and add it to your supplies, and make sure you get a fair wage from what we recover here.
Yeah, and make sure the militia take take anything that's useful to them.
I'd rather them armor themselves and have
Yeah, we'll sell anything that's of no use. We'll be happy to sell and take the money for. But if you could use it, use it.
Okay. So she's offered to take the splint mail with your measurements, with Arthas's measurements.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, just remind me of it, Mark, because I'll let you know when you can.
I'll not forget that type of thing.
Yeah. But as well as everything else that you've found in the barracks, you also, or one of the soldiers will uncover this. There's a set of decent common clothes that can be sold for 10 gold. You manage to sell them. I mean, they give you 10 gold, so you can have 10 gold. And one of the footlockers also contains a silvered longsword, if anyone wishes to take that.
There's only me uses a longsword.
It'd just be handy to carry, wouldn't it? You can be a witcher.
Yeah. Because he's got 2 swords, hasn't he? He's one for man and one for weird thing.
By the book, not the TV show.
Yeah.
Well, it does, at the start of the TV show he had 2, and then it just kind of devolved into one, didn't it?
I can't wait for Henry Cavill's Warhammer series on Prime. It sounds wicked.
Have you heard more about it then?
Oh no! I've just seen people people talking about it, but they don't. Not that they've known anything that we don't know. It's just like this could be boss. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, should be good. So talking to because the officer that you managed to capture, Ardic Vance, his name was. He Raven will probably interrogating them, and he'll say that it's futile recapturing Wheelwatch Outpost because the Dragon Army will take it back from you. And he goes on to say that his leader, Cansaldi Fire Eyes, is still preparing her forces. Her troops will subdue the region before turning to greater conquests. And then, rather ominously, he says that the Dragonel that was stationed here was a mere messenger. When war truly comes to the region, red wings will darken the skies.
That is quite poop-inducing.
Yeah.
I don't want to play anymore.
So, how are we doing for time? After Wicked. What's the plan? What do you want to do?
Shall we spend the night here, heal up, and then get back to town?
Yes, because I think a half decent gust of wind will finish Nordan off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be far behind you, mate.
Yeah, particularly strong fart, and it might be over.
What's this armor, Dave? That's
Is
what I
there
want to
anything
know.
magical about this armor, or is it literally just splint mail?
It's splint, just normal splint.
Okay. I don't know that splint is going to be an upgrade for us. Let me have a quick look.
It was.
It is. It's one AC better. The only way to upgrade from splint is to plate.
Yeah, they used to be banded, didn't they? And they've done away with it. Even though I don't think historically splint was ever a thing, while banded definitely was. Roman soldiers wore it. It was the Loricus segmentatum, I believe it's or something like that. You've seen it, haven't you? With the bands of steel on the shoulders.
Yeah.
We know that were real because we've seen Romans in it.
So I'll probably fob my chainmail off onto one of the militias because it's decent armor, isn't it? So we'll,
Well, at this chainmail,
find a similarly sized bloke to him and go put that on. It will keep you safe.
Yeah,
the stuff we wear, our actual armor's in back at home. This is the dragon armor.
That's
dragon
true.
army
Yeah.
officer.
Oh
armor.
Yeah.
I forgot you'd done that.
Well, we can still give it away. I'll not be wanting to take off better armor for it.
The Dragon Army lads, the rank and file, they wear scale mail, and the officers got splint.
Yeah, there's no one wears medium, do they? It's light and non for the other two.
I'm a non-armor guy.
I'm like,
So, long rest.
Yeah, defo.
Yeah, defo.
I don't think I've ever been so tired.
Actually, before we take a long rest, can we go pick a fight with somebody else?
I'll tell you what. You want to fight someone? Come and fight Kelevendros. He'll fight you all day. Quote Brick Wheeler.
So you managed to rest for the day. It's an 8-hour hike back to Calaman.
Yep.
If you wish to head off first light, you'd be there. Let's say, where are we? Autumn. So first light, you'd be there sort of just before tea time, maybe.
Right, we'll report back to what's it? I could never remember his name. Squire lad. That's has been coordinating the mission for us.
Well, Raven's sending you back to report to Marshal Vendry. This was yeah. So as you arrive back, Calaman's in the distance, and it's home now to you. The weeks that you've been there. On the outskirts, a few of the villagers, a few of the farmers nod to you, and as the soldiers, as you get closer, they all salute and pay due respect to you. But you do notice as you start to get closer that there seems to be less of the soldiers, and this is evident when you get to the gates. Instead of 8 guards, there appears to be just 2 stood there, and you move further into the castle itself. And there's just less and less soldiers than you'd be used to. You make your way up the winding steps of Castle Calaman to where you know Marshal Vendry's office to be. The approach to Marshal, because she's the Marshal, she's the leader of the whole of the military. Her offices, although quite basic, are still large. Grandiose enough to have sort of a reception area, an open reception area outside, which is where her aide normally sits on his desk, and that's where you find him as he's leaving Marshal Vendry's office to sit down behind his desk, and he spots you guys, and he'll approach and say, "Oh, I'm glad you're here," and you can tell he's looking a little bit nervous.
What's
and
going on?
He'll say, Marshal Vendry's on manoeuvres. A contingent of after you left for Wheelwatch, Marshal Vendry took a contingent of the soldiers further to the west on manoeuvres, just as a show of force more than anything else. And then the day after, so this is just this morning, we had reports of the Dragon Army splitting forces, and a small group from the Dragon Army separated. And there was a lot of pressure on Governor Miat, who was left in charge. Pressure from Lord Baccharis and his son to secure a victory against this smaller force, and they rode out this morning. And you can tell this fellow, he's properly nervous. There's still people walking around, and you can tell he doesn't quite know what to do with himself. What do you want to do?
How would the forces that have left this morning, how far would they have got?
By now, it would have been a forced march. They could be 20, 30 miles away, all mounted.
Paris needs taken out.
Normally, I don't agree with his actions, but
I mean, neither. But he's completely untrustworthy.
So
is Darrett? Is Sir Darrett still around?
This is where he starts to look really nervous. Just give me an insight check, Tom.
Sure. Ooh, not good.
Okay.
8.
He'll say no. Darrett left with Lord Baccharis and his son to on this patrol to try and apprehend the breakaway force from the Dragon Army soldiers.
You have a tracker we could use. None of us have we got a tracker?
We've got communication device.
As I say,
we can raise him on it.
He will say, I know where Darrett is heading towards. It's a place called Steel Springs, just over the Inkwater. Inkwater's like a major river that you would know about. It's about 30 miles west of Calaman, which is south of where Marshal Vendry is on manoeuvres.
Shall we take after them? Do you think that's a good idea?
Sorry, go on. Well, he's going to ask this guy directly. How many men were taken, and how many men are left in the city?
He'll say, "I'm afraid I don't know the actual numbers." Marshal Vendry took possibly. I don't know. I don't want to tell you wrong, but he possibly took half of the troops from the city on manoeuvres just to keep them active, to keep them fresh. And then this information of this breakaway force came, and like I say, Lord Baccharis and his son convinced Miat into taking a sizable force of what was left. And you can see now that he's looking for an opportunity, and there's a brief period where all of a sudden the corridors are relatively clear, and he'll sort of look towards Kelevendros and he'll say, "This is most unorthodox. I'm not used to doing this," and he'll sort of move to shake your hand, and it's the most inept passing of a note that you've ever seen. And straight away he's looking around to make sure no one's looking, and he'll say, "I'm sorry, gentlemen, there's not much else I can do for you."
You've done enough. Thank you.
Okay, and he sits behind his desk and he's furious. He goes back to his duties pretty quickly.
Stop whacking off like a chimp in a cage.
So, Cal's going to suggest we go back to Scalebane Keep before we open this. So he's going to say, "Right, well, I suppose you best go back to the keep and discuss what our plans are going forward, lads, right?"
Mm-hmm.
And it's very clearly like, we're not having this conversation here. We need to go somewhere more private.
Are we going to keep, or are we going to the mansion? The manor, as I
You
like
meant
to
your
call
manor.
The
it.
manor.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I did mean the manor. Yeah.
You're not going to walk all the way back to your keep.
Yeah,
It's a bit
it's a little bit
dramatic.
far. Yeah,
We're going
let's
to
head
fuck
back
off
to the
for a
manor.
week.
Yeah, because it's actually quite nice in there.
Well, look, if these guys are going to keep making stupid decisions, then perhaps that's our best call. Just, you know what, lads, we're out. So thanks for the opportunity, but we're going to do daft stuff like this. Over half the forces out of the city. Are they mad? Are they actually mad?
Well, Bakaris is dubious as hell.
Bakaris needs killing.
It would be harsh if he happened to, accidentally cut his head off while he was shaving or something.
I Leggit as we're saying this, I suppose.
I used to watch a lot of true crime with my ex, and there was a fella murdered his wife and tried to make it look like suicide. It's like, how has she fatally shot herself twice in the head? And he was trying to blag it that the gun must have gone off twice with one trigger pull, and the jury went, no. She shot herself twice in the head, both of which would have been fatal on their own. That's quite suspicious. Yeah, she did it herself, just came in and found like, yeah, all right, mate. Yeah, he didn't get away with it.
Shocker.
Shocker, yeah.
Right then. What's well, we're going to take it's because it's past tea time, isn't it? Did you say it was getting dark
Well,
now?
I think we need
Not
to read
quite.
this note in private.
Yeah. So not
we'll
not
head
quite
back.
dark. So you head back to Scalebane Manor. As soon as you unwrap this piece of paper, you can spot that it is Darrett's handwriting, hastily written. And the note is very simple. So it says, "Come at once. Bakaris is leading us to ruin at Steel Springs. He is the commander on this mission, and I cannot disobey him. I'll do what I can, but I need your help."
Shit, we need to go now, don't we?
Yeah.
So we've got two choices. I assume we've been using horses for the minute.
Horses could be available for you. Yeah.
We could huff it after them with horses, which is going to take us most of the night to catch up.
Yeah.
Or I present to you a little item that we came into possession of called the Quoll's Feather Token. You know how I was on about us paratrooping on the on the fort? It can move at 16 miles an hour. We can be there in 2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that might be that might be our best call.
I'm down with that, and it sounds like fun as well.
But I'm concerned. My only other concern is Mayor Raven hasn't come back with us.
No, she stayed at Wheelwatch.
So there's nobody we trust in charge of this city. I think Miat's in charge, but
is it just Lord Bakaris has gone? Is Miat still here?
Miat's still here. The governor, the leader of the city, is still here, but he's not a military man.
No. And that's a concern because if we go as well, there's no military arm at all in this city.
Yeah, but if we lose the other troops,
25% of their troops.
I know.
I mean, how if they left this morning?
It's going to bludgeon a badger while we're discussing what's going down.
He's going with the alliteration, isn't he? Because he did something salamanders last week, didn't he?
Bludgeon a fucking badger.
I said bludgeon before as well.
Someone's definitely had badger before.
Yeah.
Might not have been you boys, but yeah.
So this is the problem I've got, because there's the part of me that wants to play my character, the part of me that's metagaming, and I'm like, is it that we're going to get there and it's too fucking late, full stop, and we're going to waste this one magic item, or is it worth
I don't
2
know.
hour trip?
So because a troop on horseback are still only going to come. I mean, because they're going to be, if you think about the real world and how a force moves, even a pure cavalry unit isn't going to do more than 20, 30 miles in a day.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like we might get there and be able to turn the tide and save some men. Do you know what I mean? But I do think getting there quicker is going to be better.
Because it's once we've used it, that's it.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
It's only got
Well,
one charge.
how fast can we get there on horseback in comparison?
In theory, the 4 of us on horseback should move quicker than a host. But even still, we're not going to make much more speed. It's going to take us most of the night to do 30 miles, I'd have thought. Is that right, Dave?
If you take horses that are bred for speed and you took 8, so you could swap. Best estimate, bearing in mind I'm certainly no equestrian, I would suggest to you that it would take 4, maybe 4 to 6 hours to cover that distance.
Whereas we could use the bird to get there in 2, and it's still got about 100 miles in the tank.
So we can get back on it if we need to.
We would be able to get back as well, yeah.
Yeah. It's probably our best bet because we can't afford to lose that many men.
Yeah, and I like the thought of flying on the fly thing.
Can it carry all 4 of us?
Yeah, that's
it
a
can
good
carry
point,
up to £500, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, £500 at maximum speed, which is 60 miles an hour, or £1,000 at half speed.
Which is still...
Yeah.
Which £500 is enough.
Yeah, I'm 111 with all of my gear.
Yeah, I'll probably rock in about 70.
I don't know what I am.
Andy's not going to be much more than me if not less.
I'll be a peanut.
I was going to say about as much as wet paper, isn't
Where's the thing? Description.
And technically, we can use it in combat if we needed to.
Where's your weight on your height and weight on your character sheet?
It's in your inventory at the very top, mate. Weight carried.
Yeah, there's no way that. Oh yeah, I'm 128.
You won't be any more than me.
128 foot 46.
And if you drop off that extra set of chainmail that you're carrying, you'll probably drop 75 right there.
104 pounds.
Yeah, so we've got the weight to go at full speed because we're rocking in at about 450 with all our armor and armaments.
Yeah.
So we can go at full speed. We can be there in less than 2 hours because it's 16 miles an hour. So if they're only 30 miles away, we're going to come in at like 2 hours and 50 or something silly.
And we're
sorry,
not
1 hour and 50
ride as well.
And we still have the rock, so we could either then order it to fight, or it's our escape route / get the wounded back and then we ride back or whatever. Do you know what I mean? It gives us options for.
The only thing is what are we going to do if we get there and they've not fought yet? So because we've got to turn Bakaris around. And so Tom wants to chop his head off. The Kelevendros definitely won't do that. Tom wants to cut this motherfucker into pieces.
But have you anyone read or watched Sharp's Waterloo?
Yeah.
Yeah, he do the old Prince of Orange thing.
Yeah.
What?
It says in the back of the book he actually although he wasn't killed, like he's not in the book, in the book. He did get shot, and it was presumed to be friendly fire, but no one knew who it was. So, Tom, you'll have your new armor now, won't you? Because that already fits you.
Yep.
Mine won't be ready, I assume, Dave, because we're just going straight back out.
No.
So we'll have to go without that for now.
You could dump it and ask for it to be done though.
Make sure that's on the cards.
Yes.
I'll leave my longsword as well because I've got the silvered one now. Is that something I just put a little note, customization note saying silvered?
If you customize it, one of the customized options is silvered.
Oh, even better. Right then.
So if you left click customization. So what's the plan then, chaps? So we're still, while you're discussing this, you're going back church there, making. I've made you some stew.
Oh yeah, definitely have something to eat.
So we're going to go with the rock. So we get there tonight.
Yeah.
Because that's less than 2 hours and we can be there.
Yeah.
And that rock stays with us until it's flown 144 miles.
So we've still got plenty, as you say,
Plenty
plenty
of miles
left in the tank there. Let's do it.
Okay. So, anything else? Any other business, or are you just going straight there?
How much were healing potions, Dave, from when we last looked at the shop?
50 gold.
How much gold have we got, Tom?
Let's have a look.
It was all split back up individually after.
I've got 73. I'm willing to chip it in. That's not a problem.
I've also got 73.
I've also got 76. I think I'm going to buy one for myself.
I've got 146.
Yeah, because we split
it's better
it.
that you two. Yeah, I'd say it's cool that you two have a potion just in case we're not there.
So I will get rid of 50.
You did find a bag of 200 gold pieces in.
Oh, that's part. We'll have that as party treasure then. So just knock it off that.
Yeah, sorry, I don't have my notes from last session actually. So.
In fact, if we've got that, shall we get another
one each?
Yeah,
that is literally one each, isn't it? Yeah, and then whatever you want to spend with your.
I'm just going to go with that one from the kitty then.
Yeah,
right. Go for that.
Because
just a normal.
Without them,
normal, yeah, 50 gold.
Yeah.
I think they saved our bacon in the last fight.
Yep. The customization option. There.
Okay, so we'll skip over weigh-in. So off you go. How are you going to do this? Are you going to do this from the center of the city of Caliban and just conjure this rock?
No. I'm going to go outside. I'm not that silly. I imagine it would probably be Nordan that took the lead on it.
I think he would, because you're the magic master.
And I'd imagine maybe because he's an elf, he's probably got a bit more. We're both. I know Leggit's gone magical now, but I'd imagine he'd have that bit more knowledge and experience of these sort of things.
I'm happy to accept that.
So maybe he just sort
about you, Andy. I think he's been very presumptuous there, don't you, Andy?
And I am actually, even though I'm the most immature in the group, I am actually older than all of you.
Yeah, by miles.
Yeah,
so,
I want it made clear when we were laid down at the fort, he did pat you on the back and say, "I suppose you are the party wizard at that."
So I imagine he steps outside and he sort of steps forward from the group, lays the feather in his hands, and begins to cite an incantation in Elvish. And you sort of feel the wind start to swirl around him as the feather lifts up, and then just explodes. And before you stands this magnificent, huge rock. And then he looks back at you all and goes, "Come on, boys, let's do it all again."
Let's do it.
He's thinking about
on board.
He's thinking about the gnome lobber, the gnome person logger.
The gnome flinger is actually a real thing in Dragonlance, isn't it?
That one, gnome flinger. As he's jumping on back and he's giving you the double thumbs up. Come on, let's go!
I'm getting involved.
It
was so much fun last time. What could possibly go wrong?
So you jump.
Kel, I've got this. Come on.
Worry something about children.
So you jump onto the back of the rock as it takes flight. Did you? And forgive me for this, Sam. I was kind of half paying attention. Are you doing this outside of the city?
Yeah.
Are you doing it so people see, or are you doing it so no one sees?
So people see.
Oh,
because he's a chauvinist. He's got to be seen.
We've got to be really conged in front of everyone.
But we're also making sure they know we're doing something, so they don't start shooting at us.
Yeah, it all adds to the myth, to the legend.
Yeah, the Psychotronic Love Commandos.
Apparently, that's your group name.
I'm seriously considering it being allocated to you as a code name for your Star Wars party.
So I've got the map on maptool for you. Calaman here, Steel Springs here, to the west. So as you start to fly over, it is getting dark but you're flying fast enough to stay ahead of just nighttime. And as the landscape around Steel Springs comes into view, you can see the bear with me, the Inkwater, the waters of the Inkwater crossing with various other brooks and streams, and you can see in the distance the vast quantity of the Dragon Army forces, not very many miles away.
What's their direction of travel?
The southwest.
So
initially. Hold up, wait a minute. No, I'm telling you wrong. So as you're approaching, traveling west, there's a force of what you believe to be Dragon Army forces traveling east towards you. In front of them, you can see mounted what looks like a small battalion of Kalaman troops. Just beyond this, you can make out Kalaman, the vast majority of the Kalaman foot soldiery being pursued by a few mounted Dragon Army soldiers.
When you say a few,
handful, perhaps 10.
I think we can take 10, boys. Can we go down?
Yeah.
So hang on, let me just get this picture straight in my head, because so we found the contingent that we were looking for, not the guys out on maneuvers.
You found Darrett's group
Contingent.
Yeah.
Okay. Roughly where we expected them to be.
Exactly where you expected them to be.
Giving it legs from some dragon balance.
And their infantry contingent is being chased by a cavalry contingent of the enemy.
Correct.
And we flew over the main force of the Dragon Army.
The Dragon Army is still in Vogler, so majority of the Dragon Army is still camped in Vogler. This is what appears to be a smaller group, but the smaller group travelling from Vogler have met up with other Dragon Army soldiers. So what you've got in terms of Dragon Army soldiers, what you've got is a large force travelling east towards you, following mounted Kalaman troops.
Right.
The mounted Kalaman troops seem to be. In fact, let's have a group perception while I continue this description. Because your flying vantage on this rock, you've got a really good view of all of this. You also, of note, don't see anything flying around. There's no dragonels around. There's nothing else in the sky that seems to be a threat to you. So 7, 21, 5, and 14. Okay. So the Kalaman force that's mounted, they are being pursued by the vast majority of the Dragon Army forces, and they don't appear to be travelling at full speed. The Kalaman troops aren't travelling at full speed, but the vast majority of the Dragon Army forces are trying to trail them, whereas the stragglers, sorry, I'm not doing a very good job of describing this to you. I didn't expect to do it from an aerial view. So you've got what looks like Kalaman officers riding away, being pursued by a lot of Dragon Army.
Yeah.
Most of the Kalaman army, the foot troops and the rank and file, are being mowed down by a relatively small group of Dragon Army mounted soldiers.
So, sorry to go over it again. So, this is Kalaman and we've flown from Kalaman and we've come across. I appreciate it's backwards for you. It's the wrong direction, but bear with me. So, as we've flown across, we've got a group of cavalry that are headed towards the city. They're being tailed by a large force of Dragon Army soldiers.
Yeah.
Yeah. and then behind them is the infantry contingent that went with them.
Yep.
But they've obviously fallen behind because they're foot troops, and they're being harassed by cavalry, picking them off, ripping them
Correct.
apart.
Yep.
Okay,
Right.
got it.
Let's go in. Let's go in there. Can we have a fly past for the missile wielders amongst us, and then land to kick off?
So what I'll give you then.
What roughly would be the numbers of the larger force then? Even if just a lot. Sorry, let me reword that because that's wrong because we wouldn't know. Does the Calaman force combined look outnumbered to us? Because you'd look at size of the units, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I can answer that in one word: vastly.
Vastly outnumbered.
Yeah. So whatever has happened, the information that would have been received and acted upon, is wrong. So from the vantage point that you can see as you fly over, does the rock have any combat abilities? Does it say anything specifically?
It just said, because it just mentioned its HP, so I would assume so. You toss the token 5 feet in the air, the token disappears and an enormous multicoloured bird takes its place. The bird has the statistics of a rock, but it obeys your simple commands. Oh, it can't attack.
Okay.
It can't attack, but we, in theory, could from its back, I assume.
Yeah. Well, and we can all do something as well. We can all do something because me and Tom can still throw Sacred Flame, if nothing else.
Yeah. Sorry, Andy, what did you say?
I just thought that sounds really cut and dry then. We just attack from its back, surely.
Fly above the infantry boys.
Okay.
Pew, 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 pew.
Let's make the map visible to you all then. So I'm just going to drop you boys there so you're visible, so you're not actually going to be there. And then let me read you the description as you're flying over. So when the character 30 trips to Steel Spring, as the brook called the Inkwater comes into view, smoke rises over the tree line behind it. Wounded Calaman soldiers stagger from the trees, heading towards a narrow crossing that lies in your direction. Dragon Army soldiers give chase on horseback. So Dragon Army soldiers are riding up to here on their war horses. Lee south. So 6 Dragon Army Calaman, sorry, beg your pardon. 6 Calaman soldiers in a rough group, all wounded, all supporting each other, have made it as far as this islet. These crossings here are quite shallow. The rest is 4 feet deep. What's going to happen, and this is where we might struggle a bit, and we're going to have to
use Theatre of the Mind and just use the soldier tokens.
Yeah, well, what I'll do is use the war horses.
Okay.
Just put the soldiers near to their nose.
Yep.
But what's going to happen, and you'll see this from your vantage point as you're flying close, these lads stop next to this shore. Like I say, you can run across there, no problem. And instead of advancing, they start throwing javelins. They're not going to advance. They're just going to throw javelins as these lads try and escape. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, what I'm going to ask you to do then is to roll initiative. Then we'll figure out what you wanted to do on your first round. I think I might actually... No.
I can't actually click on myself. That just brings up my bloody box, which is in the way.
Right, I'm going to do the Calaman soldiers as a group, I think.
Have I got an initiative on there? Has that worked, or have I? So
No, it's just me and Andy.
There's Kelevendros.
there we go. Cool.
I can't do it on there.
Why is that, Mark?
If I hover over my token to click it, it brings up the box with my picture over the token. So I can't actually.
Do you want to move the map a bit then?
Oh, what a knob! Oh, what a knob! Right. Okay. So why is that not bringing my initiative box up? Because it should.
So, you're flying over the top. So what I'm going to ask for, or what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the Dragon Army soldiers a perception check. What should we set the DC at? I mean, you're a big. It actually says a big, colourful bird, doesn't it?
Boyd. Yeah. Fecking Boyd's again.
But it is turning to night time.
Yeah, I know.
It was tea time.
Enormous. It's enormous.
It's huge.
Bird. Okay.
Yeah. Rocks and that like sort of. What's the equivalent?
They were meant to a giant can ride them as a mount because they're a thing in Giant Slayer. Like like a full-size giant can ride it. So I'm with you. It just took me a minute. I'm a bit sorry. It's been a long day.
Yeah,
they're from the Tales of Sinbad in the Arabian Nights. The Arabic form of it is Rook, RUKH, I think, or UHK.
Like a rook egg.
Yeah, that's that's a rock, which the Arabic form of. Yeah.
So let's. What I'll do then? I'll roll the die. In fact, I'll get you one of you so you can see. I'm going to set the DC at 11, and they get a +2 perception. So 9 or more, they spot you, and you don't get around. So Tom, just roll D20.
Okay.
2.
And there's a 2.
So you get a surprise round.
My relay rolls are coming in handy today.
We are at 10:15. I will suggest to you all that that's a reasonable point to leave it until next time, unless you wanted to.
We're not going to finish that. We're not going to finish it. No, I don't think we are.
Are we not?
The thing is, it's not only 4 enemies, though, is it? Let's get real. There's going to be some more.
There's somewhere behind them trees.
Something try and sneak up on us and touch our PPs whilst we're not looking, and I don't like that.
You'll just before we wrap up and finish then. So this is open country on the west and south. This here is the fray. So there's still fighting. There's still things happening here. There's Calaman troops trying to escape. There's Dragon Army forces engaged. This as we've. As you've flown over, let me just move your token so you're there. I'll try it. In fact, let me see if I can get a rock in as well. I'm sure I've got one.
I had a collection of them once.
Is it to size? Collection of rocks. There you go.
Yeah, my favourite is Eckler Guide. Phenomenal. Check it out.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. That's wicked.
There you go. There's your rock. Is that sedimentary?
Metamorphic. High grade regional metamorphic comes from very deep in the earth. Deep in the earth.
Deep in the earth. So you're going to have a round to respond. And then we'll figure it out from there. Okay, happy with that?
Yep.
Sounds like fun to me.
Until the next time.
Yep.